Greg Rebasel again, and now I want to talk about defensive tactics. Let me show you a book. Let's get a good shot of it here. Sun Tzu and the Art of War. If you don't know who Sun Tzu was a Chinese general who lived 2,500 years ago, who wrote what is still considered the quintessential work on war theory. In other words, the state of mind to be in when encountering an opponent. I recommend that all my clients get a copy of this. It'll be the best $11 that you ever spent. Okay, let's see what Sun Tzu has to say about tactics. Let me read this to you. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited patiently for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is always provided by the enemy himself. What does that mean with respect to ancient warfare? Well, let's say you and your army just get to the battlefield and you know the battle's going to be tomorrow. Before you even look at the other guy, the first thing you do is put yourself beyond the possibility of defeat. In ancient warfare, that means post your sentries. That means dig your moat. It means put up your stockade. In divorce litigation, what does that mean? Well, that means don't do anything to fuel the other guy's fire. Your number one concern as my client is making sure that you don't fuel the other guy's fire. Remember, we talked about reasonableness of conduct. That means during the litigation, don't do things, and believe it or not, this has actually happened to me. Don't check into drug rehab in the middle of a custody battle, right? That's not going to help. Don't get caught with a pound of cocaine in the trunk. But some things you might not have considered. Always be aware that what you're saying and what you do could be recorded by the other party. In Arizona, that is permitted. You're allowed to record a conversation, even on the telephone, as long as you are a party to the conversation. What you can't do without a court order is actually record a conversation between two other people who don't know that you're on the phone with them. But if you're a party to the conversation, that can be recorded. Obviously, I don't want to hear at the time of trial you telling the other party that they're going to be found in the desert in 17 parts, right? That's not going to help. So your number one job as my client is to make absolutely sure you do not fuel the other guy's fire. You give him nothing to work with. Hence, the best offense is a good defense and not giving the other guy anything to hang his hat on. Thanks.